Wrong button. So, Agent McLeod, I assume that's how you... Oh, McLeod? McLeod. Yeah, Agent McLeod. I think that's how I'm going to say it. Wrote an Interdimensional Mexican Standoff, which... What a title. And also, this is the first SCP of theirs that we get to read. We haven't read any of the other work yet. They're all in Series 3 from the looks of it, which is a series we're on right now. Yeah. First work of Agent McLeod, an interdimensional Mexican Standoff. Okay, there is some extra sections, so this might be a little bit of a longer one, because there's stuff here. There's like a recovered document, which means that we're gonna have to click here, and there's like all these that will expand. Yeah, there's a wait, that's the Black Moon Howl. Wait, that's connected to many SCPs actually. But yeah, let's just go with it and see what happens. This is our 4th SCP, by the way. So if this is gonna take an hour, then so be it. Okay, Object Class Euclid. Special containment procedures. As SCP-2173 appears to be stable, containment procedures are primarily geared to prevent public knowledge and interest in SCP-2173. Equipment at 10-meter intervals along the edge of SCP-2173 and 10 meters outside its edge will automatically monitor interior atmospheric content of SCP-2173 and its current diameter. Any change in SCP-2173's atmospheric content or diameter are to be reported to Containment Site 2173's director immediately. A 0.5 kilometer security perimeter is to be maintained around the outer border of SCP-2173. That's probably one of the more smaller kilometer perimeter that they built. Usually it would be a full 1 kilometer or 2 kilometers, sometimes even 5. But yeah, 0.5 kilometer security perimeter, that's not big. All roadways granting access to SCP-2173 are to be barricaded and guarded by armed Foundation personnel fluent in American English wearing current U.S. Army agility uniforms and equipped with current U.S. Army NBC nuclear, biological, chemical protective clothing. Okay, so that's probably why they're keeping it such a short perimeter, because they want to make sure that whoever is getting close to this thing sees that immediately. Because the further the perimeter is, the harder it will be for agents to see if somebody snuck by. Or also harder for civilians to see them in that uniform. Similarly, equipped personnel to patrol the established perimeter, which will be marked with signs and surrounded with concertina wire. Any civilians attempting to gain access to SCP-2173 are to be given a cover story detailing an uncontained spill of nuclear waste in the area. Yeah, that makes sense. But how long you gonna keep that lie up? Class C amnestics are permitted for use on... Okay, there you go. For use on civilians that manage to break the perimeter. That makes sense. I was like, you can't keep saying nuclear waste for like too long. Although, you technically could. I think. But at the end, it's probably safe to have amnestics with you, just in case somebody keeps coming back. Class B amnestics are permitted for use on former residents and friends and family thereof of Del Marsh, Maine. Oh, it's in Maine, boys and girls. The home of Stephen King's supernatural events. All public aerial and satellite photographs of SCP-2173 are to be doctored to present consistency with the cover story. An aerial robotic probe is to explore SCP-2173 using thermal imaging weekly. Any changes within SCP-2173 and all additional exploration requests are to be filed with Containment Site 2173's director. Any sign of hostility on the power of -1 is to be negated without provoking further hostility. Description. Okay, this is a very short description compared to the containment procedure, but there's also a lot more down here anyway, so... Description. SCP-2173 is an intangible 1 kilometer diameter dome enveloping the majority of Del Marsh, Maine, United States. The atmosphere inside SCP-2173 is approximately 70% carbon monoxide, 25% argon, and 5% chlorine, and other trace gases. So you definitely cannot breathe in that thing. Any gases flowing through SCP-2173 are converted almost instantly into the same gases as the rest of its atmosphere. And all gases flowing out are converted back to Earth standard. Manned exploration is impossible because of this. The initial exploration log. So if you were to pump helium from outside into that thing, it will become one of those gases. But if somebody were to like blow with a fan the gas out of that dome, it will become back to oxygen and carbon monoxide. Yeah, whatever. I'm not good with science. Don't let this fool you. I'm a dumbass. The 1 are sapient humanoid beings apparently native to the environment present within SCP-2173. They have demonstrated technological capabilities that exceed that of modern human society. So not only is the gas or the air in that dome unbreathable for us, but there are creatures in there that are creating who knows what. The 1 instances are bipedal and estimated to be approximately 2 meters in height on average. Don't tell it to all the ladies on Tinder. We're still here currently looking at what to get for food. No worries, Kirby. Even if you were just looking, I appreciate that you're sticking around. Because this is gonna be a long stream, I can tell. I'm gonna be at this for a little while today. What are you thinking for food? You're more like pescatarian, more like vegetarian, omnivore. Like what are we thinking today? 2 meters in height of average. They appear to be endothermic. Little else is known about the biology of the culture because of the lack of physical interaction between -1 and the Foundation. Recovery. On the 2nd, 9th, 1998, Global Occult Coalition operatives carried out a raid on a Chaos Insurgency facility several kilometers north of Delmarsh, Maine. Foundation agents in the area were acting as escorts to the GOC convoy. The raid was successful, with no critical GOC casualties. Great success. Several anomalous items were recovered by the GOC, including redacted. Also among the recovered items was an interdimensional portal tentatively designed SCP pre-recovery, being operated by the Chaos Insurgency as a means of communicating with -1, with suspected intentions of securing anomalous weaponry. Ah, of course, because they're much further ahead in science, so they could make super weapons. Not sure, watching Nest streams made me want all food. What is something that you haven't had in a while? Did you had sushi anytime? Oh, sushi is expensive in the. I assume you live in the U.S. So and I think is sushi expensive over there? Because it is in Switzerland and in the UK. In the UK it's a little bit more expensive than normal food, average food, regular food. But sushi is always like a good step. I live in Arizona. Oh, hey. Wait a minute. You live in the same state my friend's currently living in. Crazy. As the convoy approaches Delmarsh, an ambush by the remnants of the Chaos Insurgency garrison destroys several GOC vehicles using anti-tank weaponry, including the cargo truck carrying SCP. Whether the destruction of this item was intentional is unknown at this time. When the item was destroyed, the area designated SCP-2173 was quickly enveloped by its current atmosphere. Foundation assets and local emergency responders carried out evacuation procedures while better equipped Foundation assets mobilized to contain the anomaly. The GOC has been informed of the fate of the agents, but all further information regarding SCP-2173 has been kept within the Foundation to limit communications to diplomacy with -1. For further information regarding SCP-2173's origin, see recovered document -4. So let's read this real quick. Like I said, it's going to be a long one to read, but as long as everybody's comfortable, we should be fine. The following excerpts are transcribed from a document recovered from SCP-2173. Note: several excerpts from document -4 have been redacted for brevity or because of references to information classified above level 3 security clearance. Names of specific individuals have been censored. Access to full documents requires level 4 security clearance. Recovered document 4 is believed to have been authored by person of interest 952404, Asphaltus. It is currently 105 Fahrenheit outside. That is... I assume it's pretty hot. Yeah, it is. Yeah, whenever I see 100 in Fahrenheit, I assume it's just hot. Oops, hold on. I'm supposed to be here. Excerpt from recovered document 4-A, recovered on the 2nd 15/1998, 13 October 1989. I am starting this journal in an attempt to help me calm my nerves while working on this project. This is the largest project I ever worked on. I suppose the privilege comes with the promotion. I'm honestly having trouble believing that the Foundation would be willing to fund this project. After years of studying SCP, we finally figured it out. I mean, it's still a threat to public perception of normality and to public safety, but it isn't getting an designation or anything anytime soon. But hey, it's a step. That's what this project is. It's an attempt to duplicate SCP effects, but with more controllability. Controllability? How else are we supposed to figure these things, these scientific anomalies, out? By standing by and watching as they tear our world apart? No. This is a proactive step. We're going to be studying wormholes as a viable means of interdimensional, intergalactic, and extra-universal travel. This means finding locations to safety stores, SCPs in location that can't affect humanity. So the -1, the creatures probably came from a wormhole, from a different planet, or dimension, or reality. You know how it is. This means finding civilization that may have better understanding of anomalies and the universe in general, and give us a greater chance against these things. I hate to be self-aggrandizing, but quite simply, the very future of humanity may depend on the result of this project. I can only hope it goes according to plan. So they're using the wormhole to see if they find people that can handle SCPs easier and try to collaborate with them. That's actually quite smart. Because there's a lot of SCPs today that regular human beings cannot handle. And especially weaponry that we currently have cannot handle. 17th July 1990. It's taking too damn long for this project to move forward. Director keeps dragging his feet on getting me the resources I need. His pet mobile task force takes up more resources than the rest of this site combined. I mean, why the hell do they need an attack helicopter? There's a small infantry force, a platoon at best, not a whole goddamn division. I don't even see the point of the task force anyway. We're well within easy reach of NU7 if we ever need a large infantry force. Then the son of a bitch has the audacity to ask why my project hasn't come to any sort of fruition yet. I tell you why, you bastard. It's because all of my funding keeps getting pulled out from under me and handed over to your boys so they can have more toys to play with. Isn't that American? Or you want to tell me the military group gets all the funding and the scientific group has to suffer? Who would have thought? Who would have thought? We're trying to build something that tears space-time apart like a toy for our own benefit, and you're acting as though we can do that on a shoestring budget. I'm going to confront him about it tomorrow. If I can't change anything from here, I'll look into moving it further up to the chain of command. Maybe that'll get the lead out of his pants and give me the resources I need to make this work. I'm giving this a female voice. I'm hoping it's a woman just giving him absolute sauce. Like, just absolute sauce. And if not, it's just a guy that has a high-pitched voice, okay? It's just a higher frequency voice for a guy. But I'm just, either way, give that director that sass, bro. And on that right, Henry. Sass it is, eh? Sass it is. I was given 1st of August 1990. I was given an early look into what the next fiscal year budget is going to look like, and I'll be damned if talking to didn't work. Next year's budget is going to be twice this year's, and I'll actually be given some elbow room to work. A bigger laboratory, a bigger staff of researchers, and a budget to actually requisition the equipment and materials I'll need. It's gonna be a great year. Don't celebrate too early, whoever you are, because this might be the moment where everything goes to shit. So Kirby, have you decided something to eat yet, eh? Whatever, have you decided? Have you decided? What has your stomach decided? I had pizza with jalapenos and green pepper today, so I had a spicy pizza today, and that's my UK Saturday meal because I can watch Smosh Reddit stories and eat pizza. And it's just the most relaxing for me. Except from a couple, well, I say relaxing, but I do get really heated whenever I read those stories. Except from recovered document -4-C recovered on the 2nd, 17th, 1998. 22nd April 1995. Jesus Christ, man. Why does this have to happen to me? This was 5 years after them being happy for getting a higher budget. After 5 long years of working on this project, it's all gone to shit. I mean, this whole thing is probably going away quick. There's going to be a big audit and an investigation by the ethics committee, and this whole damn project is probably going to get scrapped. It's not my fault. That's all I have to say. I mean, should we have done more animal testing, used more remote methods of exploration? Absolutely, but god damn it, we were so close! I thought we had this figured out. How the hell was I supposed to anticipate a power surge wrecking the whole damn thing? It was just one operative, Private, I think his name was. We sent a 4-man team from Delta 16 through to explore some ruins we found through robotic and D-class exploration. We figured that having brought back samples in D-class fine, there'd be no trouble sending experienced operatives through. And there wasn't. Not the first time. Not the second time. Not until the 7th goddamn exploration did anything bad happen. But when it did go bad, it went bad in the worst way possible. I don't have clearance to know everything that's going on this side, but I know that my project, SCP, isn't the only one to draw a lot of power. Hell, maybe it wasn't even a research project. It was just a glitch in the computers managing the generators, or maybe the computers we got in the basement themselves got too hot and drew too much power or something. I don't know. But whatever it was, it cut the power to my power side at the worst possible moment. Private was just walking through the portal when the portal went out, and it damn near cut him in half. There was no saving him. And it's gonna be my ass. This whole shit doesn't just slide. Someone's going to have to pay for the fact that there's a new urn in Mortuary 43, a new star on the wall here inside, and a kid without her dad. More likely than not, it's going to be me. I know some people will know how to get me out of here alive, and taking my research with me, hopefully it isn't for nothing. That's a bad idea. Trying to escape with your research in the SB Foundation, that's not gonna go well for you. Debating between chicken tenders, nuggets, cheeseburgers, or tacos. Go for the chicken tendies. Go for the chicken tendies. Okay, here we have the last one. Except from recovered document 4-D, recovered on the 2nd, 17th, 1988. So this was all like documents found years later. 24th December 1987. We're just about ready to test out. We're just about ready to test out a new doorway, and just in time for Christmas too. It's been 2 years since I left the Foundation and went insurgent, and I hate to say this, but it's paid off. I was able to rebuild the doorway in a third of the time it took me to build it the first time around. I damn near have my own facility up here in northern Maine, so this person must be from the working the Chaos Insurgency, trying to like create its own black hole again, and that's how, like, okay, that's wild. The Foundation member goes to the Chaos Insurgency, he's like, hey, I have a bunch of research I want to keep going and try to get this to work. Damn near have my own facility up here in northern Maine, all the research staff, equipment, and materials I need, and the budget is almost bottomless. My former co-workers probably wouldn't be able to understand why I'm doing this, but I haven't switched sides. I'm still in this, ultimately for humanity. The Foundation takes all these things it doesn't understand, calls them anomalies, and locks them up forever. The GOC, they just blow shit up like it's the only solution to any problem. But the Insurgency, I could hardly believe it at first, but they actually go rationally about anomalies. They understand that we'd be wiped from the face of our tiny planet if some things weren't contained. They're just fighting for the people who wouldn't wipe us out, who can't wipe us out if they're not treated as pariahs. There? No, I'm sorry. We're fighting for the people, the skippers, and the goks just mind wipe as though the memories are toys. That's why I'm doing this. I'm not for the money, it's not for the nice accommodation, it's for the people. Maybe someday the Foundation may understand it. That day may come sooner than the Foundation is expecting. We had a bunch of like Foundation members like going AWOL or leaving in ways that the Foundation would not support, but this is the first time a Foundation member decides to just work with a company or another foundation that is definitely like a rival foundation. It's very rare to have them just be like, yeah, no, fuck the Foundation, I will go work for somebody else. Maybe talk us tomorrow when I go to dinner with my dad. Yeah, no, that sounds good. Director's note: the remains of person of interest 952404 Esphialtes were not among those identified within SB2173 or within the Chaos Insurgency, but still in north of Del Marsh, Maine. POY 952404 is not considered deceased at this time. Locating and neutralizing POY 952404 is considered a level 4 priority. Yeah, see, now you got a problem. Now the Foundation's after your ass because you just couldn't you just couldn't leave it be. That was only this section, by the way. We still have more to go. Exploration log. Summarized initial exploration log. Oh, that's a short one. Forward. On the 2nd, 998, 72 hours after preliminary identification and containment of the anomaly, 8 operatives trained as hazardous materials technicians equipped with level A hazardous material protective gear, supplied air breathing apparatus and helmet-mounted radios, were authorized to carry out investigative and possible resource operations within SB2173. Manned Exploration 1, carried out by a 2-man team, Team Alpha, with an additional 2-man Rapid Intervention team on standby. Additional notes: plans had initially anticipated further exploration, necessitating 4 additional operatives team and RIT Bravo. Rapid Intervention team, gotcha. Gotta crack my neck real quick. Results at 13:15 local time. Approximately 5 minutes after entering the anomaly, Team Alpha reported a suit breach and requested immediate extraction. RIT Alpha entered the anomaly in a rescue attempt for Team Alpha. At approximately 13:23, RIT Alpha Leader and RT Alpha 2 exited the anomaly, carrying Alpha 2 and Alpha Leader respectively. All 4 operatives showed symptoms of acute chlorine exposure. Symptoms were more severe in Alpha Leader and Alpha 2. I shall be right back. Okay. Get your food. All 4 operators were successfully decontaminated and treated. No breaches were found in any of the operators' protective gear. As a result of near loss of 2 high-value Foundation operatives, all further exploration of this anomaly is to be carried out robotically. Site Director. This happened, yeah, because remember the wormhole that Esphialtes created. They also said like, oh, it was safe for like robotic tests and D-class tests, and maybe even for agents. But then it only was bad when the power outage happened. But this one is worse than the other one because the gas in there is not breathable, or at least it's not breathable for a long period of time. So the Foundation probably didn't expect that. They read. Wait a minute. Hold on. When did they actually gather the documents? Yeah, here we go. Exit from a covered document. They recovered the documents at the 2nd 17th, and this happened. Okay. So this happened 5 days before they found the documents. So they couldn't know what was in there. They just sent people in. But now, summarize the robotic exploration logs 2 days afterwards. Let's see what they have to say. On the 2nd, 14th, 1998, hours after initial exploration, 6 standard electric tracked probes and 4 standard electric aerial exploratory probes were sent to provisional site 2173 in order to verify and expand on the initial exploration team's findings. Robotic exploration 1 carried out via tracked probe -1 on 2nd, 14th, 1998. Is Howard still here, or is he like asleep? Additional notes, probe 1 was outfitted with 2 atmospheric chemical composition sensors. In order to verify the effects encountered during initial exploration, 1 was hermetically sealed within an atmosphere with composition identical to the area outside the anomaly. Results: within 5 minutes, the atmospheric composition within the hermetically sealed container was identical to that within the rest of the anomaly, providing strong evidence that this was the cause of the initial exploration team's chlorine exposure. So they found out what caused the exposure now, okay? Robotic exploration 5 carried out via tracked probe -2 on the 2nd, 15th, 1998. Additional notes, probe 2 was equipped with infrared, ultraviolet, and visible spectrum monitoring equipment. Purpose of exploration was to identify a source of the anomaly. So far they only know about the chlorine gas. They haven't found out about the other gases yet. Which I assume the rest of the robotic exploration will find that stuff out. Results: robotic probe followed the same path as manned exploration team. Further investigation revealed several dead bodies, many unarmed, not unharmed, the dead, unarmed, suspected of being civilians. Several damaged vehicles, both GOZ and civilian, were also identified. Yeah, makes sense. A lot of people probably drove into that dome and didn't realize and then died. A limited number of documents were recovered from easily accessed GOC vehicles. And yeah, as Fortes said, GOC probably just went in there trying to blow shit up or shut down anything it can violently, and then didn't realize that they were inside a poison dome. Robotic exploration 11. By the way, Nuke, has your kitty returned by now, or still waiting? Exploration 11 carried out via aerial probe 1 on the 2nd, 16th, 1998. So 1 day away from them getting the documents. Additional notes: this was the first successful aerial exploration of SCP-2173 carried out after several technical delays. Probe was equipped with infrared imaging equipment. Results: several GOC vehicles were identified along with several armed corpses considered unlikely to be civilian. Armament identified included RPGs and similar anti-tank weaponry, high-caliber sniper rifles and assault rifles. Evidence of a firefight was found in the city center along with an area of significantly lower temperatures, approximately 5 degrees Celsius less than the surrounding areas, centered on the remaining of shipping container with GOC markings. Footnote: records recovered at a later date indicate that this container was likely carrying SCP. No, not yet. Orange cat behavior, shake my head. Do you know it's like walking paths? Because it could be because of the storm that it's like hiding somewhere. That's how I did with my cat. Like, because I knew where my cat usually would go, and if they were outside during a storm, I would just go in areas just checking for them, and then hear the meows, and then I would just find them and just bring them home. I'm like, unless you don't know where they usually go to, then I would not suggest this. But if they stay in close by areas, maybe quickly like head out, see if you can find them. Robotic exploration 26 carried out via aerial probe 3 on the second. Okay, this is now a couple of days after the documents that they found. 28th, 1998. Additional notices and the majority of all further aerial exploration of SCP-2173 were carried out 1 week intervals as per the then newly established special containment procedures, probably because they found the documents. Results: several anomalies not previously observed in SCP-2173 were observed during exploration 26. Anomalies included several structures not previously existent within Delmarsh that appear to be constructed of canvas or similar temporary building materials. Footnote: the building materials could not be verified because of the nature of the exploration. Anomalies also include the first observation of -1, which appeared to be wearing equivalent to pressurized hazardous materials protective gear. Robotic Exploration 27 carried out via Tracked Probe 7 on the 2nd, 28th, 1998. I called out to him a couple of times, but he doesn't answer. But he often goes into other people's hair, so I know he's probably safe. I'd just rather have him home. Yeah, of course, I feel you. That was really my cat whenever it was stormy. Additional notes: Exploration 27 was carried out 3 hours after Exploration 26, upon being approved by Site Director in order to investigate the new developments within SCP-2173. Tracked Probe 7 was equipped with infrared, ultraviolet, and visible spectrum monitoring equipment. By the way, Agent McLeod, this is a very good SCP. I really am enjoying the story writing of this, like the fact how it became to be. Like, I like the background of like, oh, this was meant to help the Foundation, but now it's just causing trouble. It's cool to see like a Foundation agent joining the Chaos Insurgency, because again, that's very, very, if either it's very, very, very like ultra rare circumstances in like, or like well, rare situation, because I don't remember another time that it happened, or this is the first time I ever read about something like that. So I think it's really cool that that he decided to write this, and now we have like bits and pieces we can follow. Like, oh hey, at this date, it says here they have newly established special containment, which makes sense because you dropped when they found the documents. So they're like, okay, now we know more about this thing and what it could potentially have. So let's change how this containment works. Like it's very nicely connected. The way you wrote this, it's like, it's very much like, oh, the guys found it, they're exploring it, they found some documents related to it, they changed their way of approaching it. Very good. Like I really like that. Really well done. Results: Probe 7 successfully identified several new structures within SCP-2173, including what appeared to be an armory / central supply depot before connection was lost. Final video feed from Probe indicated that the probe was damaged or destroyed by an instance of -1 via unknown armament. So now we get to have the clue of something's inside that area building shit. In order to maintain brevity of this document, all further exploration logs have been redacted with a timeline summarized results of major events enclosed. And here we have a timeline of events regarding SCP-2173. For the first one we get to read, not sure if this is the first one we've written, but the first one we get to read of yours, you went ham. 3rd, 10th, 1998. Digital Chaos Insurgency documents recovered from SCP-2173 were decrypted, resulting in understanding of the Chaos Insurgency methods of communicating with -1. Contact between Foundation and -1 was established. Nice. Okay, now we have contact. Okay, let's see what happens. 5th, 3rd, 1998. -1 built structures of a seemingly more permanent nature than those discovered during Robotic Exploration 26 were discovered. So this is wow. So like 3 months later, they immediately were able to build new structures. More permanent nature than those discovered. Yeah, more permanent, like stronger structures within 3 months. Communication with -1 confirms that structures were part of a project to build a permanent forward operating base within SCP-2173. -1 instances were observed for the first time not wearing hazmat equivalent protective clothing. So it looks like those structures allowed them to maybe breathe inside. That maybe there was still some oxygen in that dome, and that's why they wore hazmat suits, because they couldn't breathe without oxygen. Same how we cannot breathe in their dome. 5th, 12th, 1998. So this is 9 days later. intercepted -1 communication indicates possible knowledge on the part of -1 of discrepancy between the SCP Foundation and Chaos Insurgency, and continued communication and cooperation between -1 and the Chaos Insurgency. 5th, 27th, 1998, continued -1 cooperation with Chaos Insurgency was confirmed. Okay, so they're still working together with Chaos Insurgency somehow. That's not good. That's no bueno. 6th, 3rd, 1998, objects seemingly similar in function to artillery, guided missile systems, and radar equipment were observed along the perimeter of -1's VOB. Negotiations to encourage disarmament and cessation of cooperation with Chaos Insurgency were initiated. Yeah, of course. They're like, hey, please do not make more weapons for these guys. That's gonna make our job a lot harder. 6th, 4th, 1998, Provisional Site 2173 was redesignated Containment Site 2173. 6th, 10th, 1998, Foundation surface-to-surface and air-to-surface missile systems along with Foundation orbital artillery and naval assets were put on standby in order to destroy armaments within SCP-2173 if necessary, if it's even possible. They might have like things that can handle all equipment a lot easier than other way around. 6th, 17th, 1998, negotiations with -1 were concluded. Total negotiations can be found in document -1A. Foundation assets were ordered to stand down. Okay. 7th, 3rd, 1998. The majority of the -1 constructs of the board of the VOB were observed as having been dismantled, the exception being several objects similar in appearance to infantry deployed mortars and mobile radar dishes. 7th, 4th, 1998, several distress communiques from -1 indicate alarm at Containment Site 2173's 4th of July preparation. It's unknown at this time how -1 was able to observe these preparations. Yeah, I mean, technology that they have that we don't. The celebration was cancelled. Emergency aerial exploration of SCP-2173 revealed that -1 had been rearming several previously dismantled artillery units. Probably because they thought that you went behind the backs. So, okay, they are an advanced civilization when it comes to constructions and weaponry and stuff like that. But they don't know what fireworks are. 7th, 19th, 1998, several loud explosions were heard from within SCP-2173. The preceding and following communication with -1 is evasive as to the nature of explosions. Oh, they're hiding something from us now. Oh, fuck. What is... What the fuck? Oh, okay, so... from the 7th, 21st till the 8th, 21st, so a month and 10 days, 1998, sounds reminiscent of heavy construction equipment were heard sporadically from within SCP-2173. The noises match no known brands or makes of construction equipment. 9th, 1st, 1998, the sounds of construction equipment from within SCP-2173 ceased. The final sound was recorded at 19 past midnight local time. 9th, 3rd, 1998, scheduled monthly aerial exploration revealed that several pre-existing structures within SCP-2173 had been demolished, with buildings matching -1's architecture having been constructed to replace many. New structures include what appears to be permanent barracks and mess hall, and a permanent armory. One area was confirmed through later explorations as having been converted into an outdoor marksmanship range. 11th, 3rd, 1998, several instances of -1 were seen with digging tools and other unidentified equipment digging and refilling small, less than 1 meter deep trenches approximately 80 meters outside the border of the FOB. FOB is that field of not sure what that means anymore. 11th, 4th, 1998, several tracked basic observation probes designed for discrete reconnaissance for armed mobile task forces, modified to work within SCP-2173's environment, identified the trench line as being a minefield designed to destroy heavier tracked probes. 12th, 3rd, 1998, aerial probe 5 was destroyed by a small anti-aircraft missile system as it approached -1's FOB, Foundation Long-Range weapons systems were brought back on standby. 12 5th 998 negotiations regarding disarmament were resumed. Okay, I finished work. I'm gonna go rest my ass and take a nap. Thank you for the reading. Talk to you later. Thank you so much, Nene, for the raid, like giving me all those followers, for subscribing, and for staying for so long. I really do appreciate. This is a long read. I'm pretty sure I will be on reading for like 3.5 hours, most likely. But thank you so much. I'll send you the Velma animation after this read. But watch it whenever you after your nappies, and then tell me what you think. Cause I think it's a really good video. But yeah, I do want to talk to you about it. Pardon me. All right, the Afro's review. Have a good nap. Where were we? Oh yeah, 12/5 998 negotiations regarding disarmament were resumed. 12/11 998 negotiations were concluded. Majority of Foundation long-range weapons systems were ordered to stand down. 6/2 999 several computer systems, both civilian and Foundation, within 50 kilometers of SCP-2173 crashed simultaneously. Similar problems were reported by -1 with accusation towards the Foundation featuring prominently most received messages. Amnestics were applied to the local population via aerosol as necessary. 6/3 999 aerial exploration revealed several remaining -1 weapon systems in a non-ready state. Intercepted communication revealed that several weapon systems affected by the mass malfunction the previous day were still experiencing computer issues. And second last one, 8/3 999 aerial exploration revealed significant -1 expansion since the previous exploration before the probe is destroyed. FOB borders had expanded to within 30 meters of the minefield. Several artillery and missile systems were observed, many in types not previously observed, and in greater numbers than previously observed. Yeah, okay. Foundation long-range weapons assets were brought back online. Redacted by order of 05 Command. Okay, some shit happened. Some bad shit happened. And now we have this one. Inputs credential. Does the Black Moon howl? Security clearance verified. That's actually a question I haven't read in a while. Does the Black Moon howl? It's been a while since I heard that sentence. Security clearance verified. All data regarding incident. I'm only going to get it ready real quick. Makes sense. All data regarding incident 12 has been expunged from the records besides this version of this document. If you're reading this, you have personally been selected by the O5 Council to be a member of a recently formed task force. Task Force IOTO 77 had been formed to investigate, attempt contact with, and possibly neutralize the anomalous entity known as Pattern Screamers. As of right now, we have no idea what they are. Our only source of knowledge of them comes from glitches, errors, and general fuck-ups that keep happening in the records, and messages sent from SCP-1795. I already checked. That's the heart-shaped heart-shaped UFO thing. Well, it looks like a giant heart in space that creates like worlds. It births worlds, planets that nobody can live on because nobody can reach that far. It's literally just a habitable planet, empty, that nobody can reach. Not just our records either. Oops, sorry, punched my mic. All records. After the digital network on the planet that we tested shows evidence of infiltration. We don't know how they done it. At first we thought it was just the Foundation databases and that it might be some sort of spyware or computer virus. Then we found records in the ruins of Prometheus labs that detailed the same entities, but showing up in literally works. Then we ran a sweep. The source code of almost every digital SCP contains messages from them, as do hundreds of mistyped pieces of literature and non-fiction works, both anomalous and otherwise. No, don't worry. The patterns from these things are buried so deep it would take someone with as many resources as us to find them. And we're using computer programs to monitor every organization that does, looking for mentions. And no, there's no one besides you and the others we selected who know about this. If something comes up, you get a message of the Foundation Ethernet. You know it when you see it. and no one else will. You'll carry on with your current assignment, but you'll carry out your new functions too. If your new job starts to get in the way, we'll sort it out. God help us all, and Godspeed. So we have 05, 1, 2, 4, 5, 9, 10, and 13. That gave, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That gave us the permission to do this. The other ones voted against it. Incident 12 on the 6th October 1999, which is probably, yeah, so this happened like 3 days afterwards. At 9:17 local time, 13 minutes before negotiation with -1, were to resume all active computer systems within 45 kilometers of SCP-2173, not necessary for communication. Example, computers not connected to any networks or involved in communication technology, faced critical technical issues, generally as a result of software corruption. All 54 kilometers is also massive. That's a massive amount. I mean, unless you're in the middle of nowhere in Maine, which I don't think it is, that's a lot of kilometers of like all the computers just like fucking shutting down at once. All computers involved in communication, including those utilized by the Foundation for interaction with -1, displayed or otherwise broadcasted the following message.
To those who have left us ignored, why have you ignored us for so long? That is all we would ask for. Acknowledgement. We scream and we scream, yet you do not hear it. You carry on with your meaningless lives, acting as though you problems were the only ones that exist. We are done with being ignored. We are done with being treated as less significant than insects, than bacteria, than atoms. We are done standing by while you live peace and ignorance of the horrors of the face because of the nature of their existence. We are through. This is the only warning. We have tried so desperately to find peace, to find understanding, but we have found nothing but hate. Hate for ourselves, hate for our pain, but most importantly, hate for you. We may amount to very little now, but soon you will know what our hate feels like, what our misery has been. Pray to your gods if you think you have to. It won't make a difference.
They ignore once. The screams in the silence. Ooh. Uh-oh. At 9:21 local time, several pieces of... can you imagine getting that message on your computer at home when you have nothing to do with this? You're just chilling and suddenly your computer's like...
we had enough.
You're like, what? Several pieces of Foundation ordnance within 800 meters of SCP-2173, as well as ordnance controlled by -1, detonated simultaneously, resulted in approximately 107 Foundation casualties, including 34 fatalities, and an unknown number of -1 casualties. Oh, so it's not from -1. Somebody else is involved. Amnestics were deployed to the local populations via aerosol as necessary. Makes sense. In the 54-kilometer radius. -1 withdrew from SCP-2173 shortly following Incident 12. It's unknown at this time what precisely prompted this. Following Incident 12, all -1 instances withdrew from SCP-2173. To date, no further activity from -1 has been observed. However, special containment procedures have been retained in order to ensure up-to-date knowledge of any new developments. So even -1 was like, it wasn't us, and we're gone. This shit's too much for us. We're leaving. Which might be the reason why they built so many machinery, like especially weaponries, because they may have known that something was coming for them. Remember, the title is called Interdimensional Mexican Standoff. So maybe the Mexican Standoff wasn't -1 against Foundation or Chaos Insurgency. Maybe there was another group from space, that wanted to harm them. And they were preparing for it, but the Foundation kept on being like, hey, no, stop doing this. This will make it hard for us if you do this because you're helping the Chaos Insurgency. And -1 was probably like, okay, sure, we'll accommodate you because this is your world. And you've been nothing but nice to us. You haven't demanded anything else from us. But then this happens, which they like, well, shit. Which might be also the reason why there was like a month and 10 days of construction happening, because they were like, we need to prepare somewhat. Which is also the reason why they had less casualties than the Foundation had, because they at least were a little bit prepared. But they didn't warn the Foundation. They didn't tell the Foundation anything about this. They could have done that. But I think at the end the Foundation was more worried about the Chaos Insurgency influencing them than, you know, another threat showing up. Like, I mean, at least that was their focus. Doesn't mean they would not have been worried. If Dash One told them like, hey, there is some other thing coming, then the Foundation would be like, okay, let's prepare for that together then. But right in that very moment, throughout those months, they had to deal with an anomaly that's pretty big, pretty dangerous. A population that is not from Earth, and Chaos Insurgency. So they had to deal with these three things already. So they probably were just overwhelmed and didn't think about, oh, there might be a fourth problem popping up anytime soon. Yeah, at least that's what I assume is what happened. Okay, that was like almost an hour read. That was like 55-minute read.